He's referring to Admiral Bradley. Pete Hegseth, while he did offer words of support for the head of Special Operations Command, made it clear it was his decision. That's the one consistency here, right? That we didn't make that call. We justify it. He all fully within legal bounds, but it was his call. And that's what I'm hearing. I heard from a senator and a member of Congress today, both on House Armed Services, Senate Armed Services Committee, who said that what they read into those comments is a passing of the buck to Admiral Bradley.
And there are questions also about what this portends for the future, given that Secretary Hegseth said that this was just the beginning, and now the president is vowing that there will be more strikes on land. Let's go to Kaitlan Collins, who's at the White House for us. Kaitlan, what did you make of the president's remarks there?
Well, I think what was most striking to me is what Jim was just referencing there, which was the comment by Secretary Hegseth when he was directly asked if he was aware that there were survivors after that first initial strike happened during this boat strike that happened on September 2nd, the one that has generated so much controversy here in Washington, and even has Republicans on Capitol Hill now demanding answers about how this exactly went down. And I thought what was really telling there was he was asked about a comment that Secretary Hegseth had made in the aftermath of this strike. Remember, at that time, the administration had released about 30 seconds of a video that the president had posted of this strike. That is something that did not show the second subsequent strike that happened there. And Secretary Hegseth was asked, given he said at the time that he watched this strike happen live from obviously his situation at the Pentagon, if he had seen that second strike actually take place. And I want you to listen to what the secretary had to say about the timeline here, because I think this is critical information and is also something that we have not heard yet from the Defense Department.
Not based in any truth at all. And then you want to throw out really irresponsible terms about American heroes, about the judgment that they made. I wrote a whole book on this topic because of what politicians and the press does to warfighters. President Trump has empowered commanders to do what is necessary, which is dark and difficult things in the dead of night on behalf of the American people. We support them, and we will stop the poisoning of the American people.
And Mr. Secretary, on the second strike, you said it happened more than an hour after.
Okay, so let me just read you what exactly Secretary Hegseth said, because that's part of the soundbite in terms of him defending the call here. But also he said that he did watch the boat strike on September 2nd. He said that he did not stay around for the entirety of it. He cited his busy schedule at the Pentagon and said there was a lot going on. And he said that it was Admiral Bradley who made the call, as he put it, to sink the boat and eliminate the threat. And then Secretary Hegseth was also asked while he was inside the cabinet room by reporters, as he sat next to the president, whether he personally saw the survivors. Because obviously, as we now know by the chain of events here, the first strike happened. There were 2 survivors, as the Washington Post reported, clinging to the wreckage of that boat. And then the second strike occurred. That's what's at the center of all this controversy. And he said, Boris and Brianna, quote, "I did not personally see survivors." He said the thing was on fire. And then he went on to talk about the fog of war and criticize the reporter there in the room for not having been in war before. But that was a critical, I thought, part in that answer session where he was saying that he did not personally see that there were survivors inside that second strike when that was obviously occurred here. And then again, put the onus back on Admiral Bradley while defending him, but saying that it was Admiral Bradley who made the call, as he put it, to sink the boat and eliminate the threat. Obviously, that's going to prompt a lot of questions from Congress, given Secretary Hegseth had said he was watching this happen live as it happened.
Certainly. And let's bring in Rafael Romo to talk a little bit about this.